Pure water, pure pride, pure Jamaican. Pure water is about pure hydration. Remember to drink pure water and satisfy all your pure water needs.
Greetings everyone, this is George Osang listening to Open Gate Show. Number 1, take a listen.
Hello racing fan, this is Emilio Bimbo Rodriguez. Listen to the Open Gate Show with Colin Blair, giving you the latest tips and reviews on the horses. Big up the number 1 show.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Open Gate Facebook and YouTube show for tomorrow's race card, Tuesday, March 30th. Again, remember the importance of wearing your mask, practicing social distancing. Keep hydrated. Don't wait until you're thirsty. Drink 8 glasses of water daily. Make sure you use Jamaican Pure Pride bottled water, pure water, or pure water we drink. Sanitize your hands. For those who have a car and driving in and out of your car, when you return in your car, sanitize your hands. A good thing to do is to get some eucalyptus oil and let's put a little dot of it on the center of your mask when you're going into a crowded area, as well as when you're coming from there. Very important. Don't take this COVID-19 pandemic as a simple matter. We have got to be serious if we intend to stop this plague. 11 races on tomorrow, and it's in the race meet, rather, it's for our blacksmith, our farriers. First race starts at 11:25 a.m. and we have 12 starters. And this race is named in honor of the farrier Fitz Spangy Richards. Spangy has been a veteran, was apprenticed by Carlton. Those horsemen in Jamaica, surely knows Carlton, may his soul rest in peace. And Spangy, as well as Craig Thompson, aka Lord, were apprentices to them both. Incidentally, Carlton was Wayne DaCosta's first blacksmith for quite a number of years until his passing. Number 1, Reggae King. Reigning King, rather. This one won easily on the 17th of February, beating Blood, Sweat and Tears, who finished 3rd in that race. They went a mile. Reigning King came back the 7th of March in a much tougher race. And Blood, Sweat and Tears ran in front of this one. The race won by Blind Faith, going 7.5 furlongs. This race, three horses in this race, they met and they finished close together. Reigning King, Wings Choice, who finished 9 1/4 lengths behind the winner, Blind Faith, and number 10, Milkman, who ran a very dismal race, finishing 24 lengths 8th. Reigning King gets the services of Dane Nelson and will be suited by the 6.5 furlongs and is very fit and will play a part in the outcome. Number 2, Mr. Ambassador, came off a break last season. He ran on the 24th of October, going 5 furlongs straight, really unsuited to that, and ran evenly throughout to finish 6th by 8 lengths to Armageddon, Cartel, etc. Came back and made his seasonal debut the 14th of March, going 5.5 furlongs, and ran fair enough in the earlies, but surely lacked race fitness, finishing fourth, 9¼ lengths to about 3-0 Stanislaus Storm Princess. Against much tougher here, but Mr. Ambassador, with that run under his belt, should improve on that last effort. Don't expect him to win, but he should have a chance to get into the top 4. Number 5, Unknown Soldier, 6.5 furlongs. Not really suited to this, but has been consistent enough to be part of the outcome. Interestingly, he ran very well going 5.5 furlongs, running on to Costa on the 14th of March, finishing 2 lengths behind that one. Now going a furlong longer should suit Unknown Soldier. Aaron Chatry, its customary rider, is aboard her again. Number 6, another commander dropped in claim against tougher opponents. Well, even skipping a class. Number 7, Corolando will be having visor on the tongue tie, visor off and tongue tie on after that poor effort. This one is groping to find form. I don't expect him to be a factor in the top 4, but I just mentioned it because of the change of equipment. Number 8, Wings Choice, 51 kilos, a very interesting horse. This horse won on the 13th of November, going a mile. At 69-1, got in winning by a head, beating Blood, Sweat and Tears, who he meets again. This horse ran last on the 7th of March at 32-1, showed some factor, but weakened a bit to finish 5th, 9¼ lengths behind Blind Fate. Blood, Sweat and Tears was ahead behind Blind Fate. Wings Choice seems like a horse to come alive at the drop of a hat. Well, interesting claim, this 3-kilo claim. So it's a possibility that Wings Choice is geared for a top showing. Another interesting horse, number 10, Milkman, will be getting blinkers on again after running very well without that equipment. On the 27th of February, going 7 furlongs, this horse won, beating Blind Fate and Blood, Sweat and Tears after skipping a class. Came back on the 7th of March, going 7.5 furlongs against Blind Fate and Blood, Sweat and Tears, and ran a floundering 24 lengths, 8. Something must have gone amiss. Shane Ellis is back. Blinkers is on, as I said. That equipment coming on again makes it a puzzling question. Number 12, Blood, Sweat and Tears, flatters to receive. Doesn't like to win races, but has a bit of grit, and always losing or winning by a minimum margin. Very tricky race this. One of these should win, but the order of preference I'm going by number 5, Unknown Soldier. Number 10, Milkman, if he shows up. Number 12, Blood, Sweat and Tears. Number 1, Reigning King. Number 8, a likely upsetter, Wings Choice. The second race, name in honor of another blacksmith, Marvin Summer Tyrrell. Mr. Tyrrell shoes horse is for Wayne Acosta and some other trainers, as well as he is busy at the stud farms. Someone who is very well experienced. This race is for optional claim in 250,000, and it's for native bred 6 years and up, as well. Was number 1 4 races, as well as native bred 5-year-olds who are maidens, 14 starters. They go in the minimum curve trip, 5 furlongs round or 1,000 meters round. Number 2, Luminous Power, seen in good condition, but has a difficulty, in my opinion, if he intends to win this one from his inner draw, as well as with 57 kilos. Number 4, Sliced Alone, Form is suspected, but I'm expecting this one to run a better race, not to get into the top 3, but could close for a minor share at a square price. Number 6, Reassurance. It left my stable in very good condition, and I saw this one yesterday, and she really looked well. The condition was kept intact. Was a sorted out horse going into the new stables of Joseph Durant. Favorite rider, Giovanni Patterson gets the call. Reassurance should have a good chance of getting to the top 3. Number 8, Sir Frederick, 11-year-old horse who looks well, but has a lot to find if he intends to get into the top 3. Number 9, Chris Hanley, slick customer, whose last 2 runs were out the straight, 4 furlong straight, where he did well both times. Chris Hanley, 57 kilos, as usual, has the potential of getting into the top 3. Number 10, Mr. Linders, a super fit 8-year-old Big Gelding. 27th of February, he led going 5.5 furlongs and got beat by a length, by tradition. He was claimed from that race, and on the 7th of March, came back going 7 furlongs and ran very well to be second 3.5 lengths to tradition again. The 27th claim from that race, and on the 20th of March, went to the journey of 6 furlongs and ran evenly to finish 4.5 lengths to Killer B, also Aviator and Biblical Legend. That was each time he goes up into the tag. When he ran on the 27th of February, it was 250,000 that he ran in. Came back when he was claimed, he went up to 350 and was claimed, and even went further up to 450 on last, and he's back now to 250,000 with 53 kilos. Very good chance of winning based on the obvious fact that he is super fit. Number 12, Pure Heart, freshened by trainer Patrick Lynch, is capable of running very well, loves it fresh, and has the strong handlings of Robert Halladine to ride. Number 13, Smart Tradition. This horse is long overdue to come with a good performance. One of few here who canters on the exercise track. So, Smart Tradition should bear some consideration. Number 6, Reassurance. Number 12, Pure Art. Number 10, Mr. Linders. Number 9, Chris Hanley. Number 13, Smart Tradition. The winner should come from that bunch. Third race goes 600 meters straight. Well, it couldn't be on the round, so it's 3 furlongs straight. 11 declared, and this race is for in name and honor of blacksmith Marvin Kevin Gibson. It's for 5 runners up. Claimers 150 to 180,000, and horses who have earned over 130,000 since the latter part of last year are not eligible. Nearly about 6-year-olds and up who have only won 1 race, they are eligible for this. So we go to number 3, 4,000, who is not really a horse that you can rely on. Last 2 he was in the earlies and faded a bit. Could be getting fitter. The figure it is off. Apprentice Andrew Powell is still on. 4,000 could get into your exotics. Number 6, Determined King, has some speed but also has issues. Number 7, Regal Prospector, a veteran horse who has been getting fitter and fitter wasn't too comfortable returning to the unsaddling enclosure on the 28th of February, but that's quite a long time. Well, only a month, yes, but Regal Prospector could be much physically fitter this time. That interim was enough for Connections owner trainer Colin Ferguson to straighten this horse out. Incidentally, Colin Ferguson stable has been rounding into form, so Regal Prospector bears some watching. Number 8, Jason's Gold, an Ulster who last race shows that he's getting back to some form. Not much speed shown, and this is very necessary for this quick sprint. Then Nelson, his style of riding could get his horse to get going, to be a factor in the top 3. Number 10, BM Cutie, was, well, at the 180 tag. That's where this horse ran the last time on the 7th of March. She was dropping from 250 and went to 180, 4 furlongs straight for Stephen Todd. The odds, 21-1, suggested that all was well. Surely returned very sore after the race. Returns now here at 3 furlongs straight. Have some speed, not really much, but should be able to handle these. Stephen Todd's horse, the danger, if he can win and last, then DM Cutie should. Number 10, DM Cutie, from number 7, that's Regal Prospector. Number 8, Jason Gold. Number 3, 4,000. 4th race. This is named in honor of Peter Metro Dixon, a farrier who worked for the bands of Anthony Nunes, Wayne Acosta, Gary Sobrati, and some others. This is for an 80-bred 4 years and up. It's a made a special weight race. 13 declared, they go 7.5 furlongs or 1,500 meters. Number 1, Mr. A, gets first time figure 8 on. And I've been around on the exercise track, but I think this horse is pointed for a certain date. Don't think it will be tomorrow though. Number 2, Soul Treasure, gets Christopher Mundine. Not much shown in 11 career starts to verify that this horse is, can be focused for this race. Number 3, Commandante Luna, not one to rely on, but must be given a good chance for the victory here. Interesting. First time blinkers is on. Let's see what that will do. Number 6, Nina Dorado. Last run was okay. That was out the straight, 4 furlongs straight. She goes on the round now, and should be able to find a spot in the top 5. Number 7, Another Cookie, gets Dave Nelson after running very well. Seen running on with number 9, Mighty Chelsea, on last in that race won by Corandera, going 7 furlongs. Still continue to be kept up like a size, Another Cookie. And with the service of Dave Nelson now, this will be the second time Dave is riding this one. Another Cookie should show another good display. Number 9, Mighty Chelsea, gets Natalie Berger, having that 3 kilo claim. I've been stringing the last 2 times, strings to good display, and same is expected in this race. Number 10, Reckless Diamond, the last 2 times she ran, she got good support on the tote, and was late on starter last week for whatever reason. Stephen Todd applies first time blinkers this time after 6 career starts. Number 11, Lady Buster in the race that Miss AJC won, and Nina Dorada was also part of that. 4 furlongs straight on the 21st of March. Lady Buster would have won, but had to meander twice, and that cost some valuable grounds. Only lost by a length and a half to be second to Miss FAC, and was in front of Nina Dorada. Lady Buster stretching out to 7.5 furlongs. Not sure I think that's the right distance for her, but she's fit, as seen on last, so she has to be given a decent chance to get into the top 3 again. But number 3, Commander Lunar. From number 7, Another Cookie. Number 11, Lady Bastapur. Number 6, Nina Dorada. Number 9, Mighty Chelsea, in that order. 5th race. This race is in honor of the blacksmith Alvin Fowler Nick Kennedy for native 5 years and up. It's a restricted allowance 4 race for those horses who've never won 3 races in their career. 12 starters, they go on the minimum curve, 5 furlongs round or 1,000 meters round. Number 2, Uncle Vernon. Last 2 starts, he finished 7 lengths behind the out-of-class Costa. There's no Costa around, there's no Universal Boss around. Uncle Vernon should have a very good chance of gaining the entrance to the Woodlands Enclosure for picture taking. Number 3, Special Counsel gets Anthony Thomas. That's a positive move. Hasn't shown any form since that good win on the 5th of September last season over this very trip with Dane Nelson, carrying 56 kilos, won by 4 lengths, beating Awesome Glitter and Gimmick Palinka. However, on the 20th of February this season, yes, I didn't see that, ran well out the straight behind Baby Star, and Costa finished 3rd, 2 3/4 length behind that one. Carl Anderson's horses are just starting to look just started looking good once again, so we have to bear that in mind. Number 4, Sansara could find a place, 5 furlongs round. It's much too short, although Dane Nelson's presence and style of riding could nullify that. Number 7, Inspired Miracle, making its seasonal debut, 5 furlongs round, training frequently at the racetrack. I think that is much too short for this one at this time. Number 8, Azul. Capable Sort ran 3 times this season, showing 0. I'm not too impressed with how this one is looking in condition, so I'm going to bypass this horse for a top 3 slot. Number 9, Scoobert, still is seen in good condition. The open gate shown last highlighted that this horse looked in impeccable condition, and he ran just as good with Shane Ellis. Shane Ellis stays, and Scoobert, if focused, should again run well. To win, it's a possibility. Number 10, Denby Life gets back Jerome Ennis, who knows her very well. Another here who have had 3 starts this season and showed 0. Well, the odds on the board in those 3 starts, 29 to 1, 54 to 1, 99 to 1, signals that she wasn't focused. Number 2, Uncle Vernon. Number 9, Scoobert. Number 5, Johnson Air Steel. Number 4, that's Sansero. Number 8, Azul. Race number 6 rather, named in honor of Neville Longshot Morrison. Longshot, a veteran blacksmith who has been there for maybe over 50 years. This race is for native bred 4 years and up who've never won 2 races and imported 4-year-olds and up maidens, 16 declared. They go 1,700 meters or 7.5 furlongs. Number 1, Duke of Springs, is stretching out. Since February, this horse has shown some use, and the last time ran third by 8.5 lengths to another commander, and Shaboom, who is back here once again. That race was 5.5 furlongs. This will be the first time, well, the second time rather, that Duke of Spring will be going to an extended distance. Shane Ellis rode this one the last 2 times, and he's back tomorrow to make it a third time. He will steer this one. I'm expecting an improved showing, but to win, I'm not sure. Nothing is sure. Number 3, Shaboom, broke awkwardly and was way behind, but closed rapidly to finish second by 8 lengths. Another horse at the Open Gate Show noted to be going much smoother than before, and she ran at 12 to 1, a second that makes a lot of people happy with that exactor. Stretching out, still looking okay on the exercise track. If focus, should be part of the top 4. Number 4, Strike at Will, preference to lead, could pump the pace, would have to be more resolute than the norm to hold on for the win. Number 8, Zabatoni, has been looking very well. This horse has improved in how he goes on the exercise track. Will he need a race? I'm not sure. And making his season debut. I love how this horse is going. So I have to give this horse a chance. Number 9, My Time Now, will be saddled by Wayne Acosta's son, Jason Acosta. This horse could be appropriate to name. Jason Acosta has taken over his dad's stable. A lot of rake players will be backing this horse. This horse has a very good chance of winning, regardless. Number 12, Princess Lizzie, continues to look good in condition, but it's a while she hasn't been a factor in a race. Number 16, Wolf Roses, have been looking in reasonably good condition, but obviously have some issues. Number 9, though, My Time Now, from number 8, that's Zabatoni. Number 3, Shaboom. Number 4, Strike at Will. Number 1, Duke of Spring. At this time on the Open Gate Show, I want to give a shout out to a gentleman who is part of the Open Gate Show, Junior Fender. Anyone seeing Junior, tell him I need him to get in touch with me as urgent as possible. We're at race 7. This race is named in honor of the farrier, Hasten Devon Henry. Devon, not a veteran, and who has, regardless, he has been having some physical issues, he's there, and he's a very good blacksmith. This race is for 5 and up. It's a maiden condition race. 10 horses were declared. They go 7 furlongs or 1,400 meters. Number 2, Lyceum, one of 3 horses in this race that has connections with trainer Stephen Todd. Stephen Todd is part owner of this horse. Ryan Williams is the trainer. Lyceum ran very well on last, finishing second at 11 to 1 behind Miss Cookie, going 5 furlongs straight. Had the better of Little Red, who is here once again to compete with her. Number 4, Velvet Moon, trained by Stephen Todd, came off a 4.5-month hiatus on the 28th of February, going 6.5 furlongs, and ran fourth by 5 3/4 lengths after being thrown into stride against Sweet Medicine, Little Red. one squeeze. Both of those horses will be competing against Velvet Moon this time, but Velvet Moon should definitely be fitter than that last encounter with those two. Number 6, Top Gear of the late starter in his intended seasonal debut. This horse has issues, but has speed and could set off in front and get brave and go all the way. Number 8, Lambana, owned by Stephen Todd and trained by Byron Davis. This apprentice, Richard Bird, rode this horse 3 times already and seems to be the only one to get this horse going. Well, he's back. So consider this one for your exotic. However, I'm selecting number 4, a Velvet Moon, from number 6, Top Gear. Number 9, that's one squeeze, who I forgot to mention. This horse at last was all the rage in blinkers out the straight and ran no race at all. Was noted to be very uncomfortable all the way. Before that, going 6.5 furlongs, ran a very good race without the blinkers. The blinkers are off now. One squeeze gets Dane Nelson. So it's obvious that one squeeze should be forgiven on that last run. Number 10, Little Red. I've been consistent, but I think we'll find 1 or 2 more advanced at present. So, number 4, Velvet Moon, from number 6, Top Gear. Number 9, One Squeeze. Number 2, Lyceum. Number 8, Lambana. Race 8, Section 1 of the Association of Jamaican Farriers Trophy for native bred Creole. It's a condition race. 13 declared. Of course, we know our blacksmiths are very hard-working people. Whenever they are working, their backs are bent. Lots of work takes a lot of courage. Horses are unruly, and they have to ensure that a nail is driven in their hoofs at the right spots. They go to the farm as well, and they have to be dealing with horses that are very unruly, especially those who are learning about handling, like the babies, and when they go to be stronger, becoming an yearling. 6 furlongs or 1,200 meters, 13 declared, and we have number 3, Don't Play With Magic. Was showing some value in her first 5 career starts. Well, I should say 4 of her 5 career starts. Last 2 were very poor, although the last run last week, going 7 furlongs, she led but weakened rapidly to finish 10th, 16.5 lengths behind T. Brady, Sir John, and Curlin Kawata. Don't Play With Magic this week, as well, to me, has been looking a bit more happier than before those 2 races. So, what that tells you, an improved run is envisaged. Number 5, Prince Marshall, is back off a 7-month sojourn. Owner, trainer, breeder, Fitzroy Gillespie gets the services of useful apprentice, useful Pinnock to ride this one in his 2nd career start. First career start was on August 1 last season, going 3 furlongs straight, when this one finished 3rd, 2.5 lengths behind Super Duper and Awesome's Choice. Has been training for quite a while on the exercise track. Look okay, but doesn't impress me for a winning return. as yet. Number 6, Old King Cole. Hard to figure this one. This one is cutting back in distance after last 2 starts. Was going over distance of ground and showed good pace, but weakened. Then Nelson is on this horse for the 5th consecutive time for the champion trainer Anthony Nunes. Old King Cole looked good this week, looked sharp. Let's see if he will be a merry old soul in the Winners Encroacher comes tomorrow. Number 9, Ian's the Link. I'm not liking this horse's condition. Number 10, Kai Alexis, making a 3rd career start. This horse is well-bred. Not a good looker to me, physically. And it's surely not as good as the Derby winner of last season, who she's half sister to. That was the winner across the horse that won with Philip Parchment. Kai Alexis, last run, though, going 6.5 furlongs. Well, both starts were at 6.5 furlongs, but the last one was Omar Walker, ran a much improved race and got beat by Amy the Butcher, a length and a half. Behind that one, Omar Walker remains. And this horse, well, it's not a good looker to me. I mean, you know, physicality, condition-wise, but I think that's how he is. Should be able to beat these, even if he doesn't improve off that last run. Number 11, Tequila Blue, seems suited to this extra furlong because on last, going 5 furlongs long on the 21st of March, was trying hard to close on Jackson Blessing, but ended up a length behind that one. Tequila Blue should be a dangerous factor, especially if number 10, Kai Alexis, fails. Number 12, Letters in Gold, could be considered for Yellow Exotics. Number 13, Bridal Blush, another that I'm not impressed with, but should be part of the high 5. Number 10, Kai Alexis, from number 6, Old King Cole. Number 3, Don't Play with Magic. Number 11, Tequila Blue. Well, maybe Tequila Blue should have placed in a high order in my selections, but anyway. Number 12, Letters in Gold for the Low Exotics, along with number 13, Bridal Blush. 9th race. This is the Calvin Morgan. And it's for native bred 5-year-olds and up. It's a restricted allowance race. For 5-year-olds who have won 2 races, 11 declared. Calvin Morgan, another veteran. A man who's always at the track.
KD's vehicle headlamp and restoration. Our headlamps are fine sanded, buffed, and 9H coated with a 2-year guarantee. Price starting at $4,500. Internal restoration and modification starts at $8,000. To make an appointment today, call us at 876-824-6186.
Tribe, Indian tribe, they specialize in breeding horses. Those horses you see with the multiple color pattern, the Nesperce group, they are the ones who are responsible for that. Anyway, Nesperce had a fair 2021 debut 2 weeks ago, 13th of March, going 6 furlongs, where he finished 5.5 and 3rd to Scubert and Adwa. Must be fitted now, and not too doesn't seem to really have a liking for the straight course, but you never know what a couple of weeks can do. And even though from its inside draw, I'm thinking that Nesperce should be part of the top 4. Number 3, Casual Charm, has speed, but needs to hold it. Number 5, Lala Bamba, back here from an extended layoff in good condition with Shane Ellis aboard for Busy Racing Stables and Dennis Price. He likes the straight and it's training okay. Saturday the 20th, that's last Saturday, out the gates, first 4 and 48 and 3/5, putting up in 103 and 3/5 very easily. Haven't seen this horse, so I can't really assess him. I'd love to see this horse, but I have to make some comment, so that's what I just did. Number 8, He Can Dance, privately sold from the stables of Owen Sharp to trainer Anthony Nunes, has been carrying himself much smoother at exercise. A horse that does have speed will be suited by a 5 furlong straight, and I'm expecting a career best display comes tomorrow. Number 10, It's a Beautiful Day, won well out the straight, breaking her maiden on the 31st of October in the slops. Hasn't done anything since. Has had 3 starts this season, and with the figure 8 on. That will be off tomorrow. Tongue tie will be on. Also blinkers. Also Dane Nelson. He was the one who won aboard this horse out this course on that October end victory. Has been training on the exercise track, has enough speed, will be there by our lonesome. So let's see how much improvement this horse has made, going 3 kilos overweight for the services of Dane Nelson. Number 3, Casual Charm. I have to select reluctantly, but I hope she wins. Number 10, It's a Beautiful Day. Number who is it? Number 5, La La Bamba. Number 8, That He Can Dance. Number 1, Miss Percy. One of those should win. The penultimate race, named in honor of Craig Lord Thompson, the leading blacksmith at Caymanas Park. A young man who has progressed well. He was a little lad that I know, apprenticing to the veteran blacksmith who has passed away, Carlton. And he has really transgressed into a well-established blacksmith. This race is for children up. It's an open allowance race. 7 declared, they go 5 furlong straight or 1,000 meters straight. Number 1, Prince Charles, has been looking better since that last race. Love the straight. I don't give him any chance though to win, but I'm just mentioning to you that he has been looking very smooth, well, at least for the last 2 days before this race. Number 2, Crimson, 1 of 3 here for the leading trader, Gary Sobrati. Will be closing, but has to hope that the speed, number 4, Travis Choice, and number 5, Captain My Ship, collapses in the latter part of the race for this one to have a chance of getting into the top 3. Number 4, Travis Choice, first of 2 speed hours here, and is drawn aside number 5, Captain My Ship. Both will be a good distance away from the rest, at least for the first 3 furlongs. Travis Choice made his season debut on the 6th of March in open allowance company for the first time and did very well, finishing 3rd, 5.5 lengths behind Duke Patriarch. Travis Choice, though, since that last race, has looked much, much better. Number 5, Captain My Ship, speed will be stepping up in class, has to come much better than that. Performance on the 28th of February when he betted former Gladiator and Chase the Great. Anthony Thomas does well for this camp. Let's see how magical they can do to capture this race. Number 6, Duke, very fit horse. Well, is a good run-on sprinter. Duke likes the straight. You must never forget that. Duke could be part of the top 3. Number 7, Solid Approach. Up in class. Possess a good turn of foot. Is seeking a 4-timer. Very tiny horse. A horse with a huge heart and a credit to trainer Robert Pearson. Solid Approach must not be taken lightly. Number 4, though, Trevor's Choice. From number 7, Solid Approach. Number 6, Duke. Number 5, Capture My Ship. The final race, Section 2 of the Association of Jamaican Farriers Trophy, is for trails maiden. It's some trails maiden condition race, and they go 6 furlongs. Have so with Section 1. Number 1, Rising Saint will get first time blinkers for his 3rd career start. On last week, going 7 furlongs, this colt ran very well. Could have run better, finishing 4th, 4.5 lengths behind T. Brady, Sir John, and Colin Blair, who is in this race. Also, as well as number 6, the Genesis. Rising Saint should improve. I don't see. Number 3, Morse Code. First time tongue tie, as well as Lasix, will be applied for this horse. 3rd career start. Looking a wee bit better of late, but has to come, well, I don't expect this one to win, but could be part of your lower exotics. Number 5, Rods the Indian, another who has improved, but a minor placing is his best hope. Number 6, the Genesis, ran a worse race in blinkers on the 26th of December, going 6 furlongs, finishing 13 lengths 12th, running wide, and was very uncomfortable behind T. Brady, behind Magenta, Burn Notice, and Regal and Royal. That race was a very tough maiden special weight race. Changed stable since that, and Stephen Todd decided to put the blinkers back on. Anthony Thomas rides the Genesis. If he can do better, I didn't understand how he ran on last. He looked challenging approaching the furlong point, but weakened. As a matter of fact, this is the norm with this horse. So let's see what can be done within a week. If for the new stables, the blinkers will make a difference. Number 7, a debutant, Falkland, born the 25th of March, a bay colt by Farid Kapori, by All Is in the Mood, by Kate Blanco. Bred and owned, well, bred by Glenn Mills, owned by Solid Gold Farms Limited. The groom, Anthony Getfield, trainer Gary Crawford, Tevin Foster rides. This horse was born here in utero. Tall, well-built horse. Not well conformed, but is a good mover. Looked very, very smooth this week. And is extremely well bred. A horse that was bred by Glenn Mills with hopes of winning a classic race this season. Makes his awaited debut, well trained, and it's interesting to see how he performs. One thing I can tell you, he seems a very strict rail runner. So if he gets the rails in the straight, I think he'll run a very, very good race. Number 8, Irish Whiskey, a horse that is of use and could be part of your mid-order exotics. and will surely get a very good artist. Number 11